Hi and welcome back to another one of my videos. So as many of you know, I have a great fondness for pistols and I have way too many. One of my favourites is the 1911. I do love the classic looking 1911, and therefore I thought maybe it's time to get into something slightly different, and that's the Hi-Capa. So the Hi-Capa, basically 1911, but where you're able to adapt it. So this is the 1911 classic 5.1 P14 gas blowback CO2 pistol. I bought this one second hand, and when it came, the magazines I've got in there are gas magazines. Not too much of a problem, but obviously this one is capable of running CO2. So it comes in this pretty nice plastic box. It would have had a label on there, but somehow, for some reason, the label's gone. Inside, you get nice covering on there to keep the gun safe. The gun, and then 2 magazines. I think that's the same on the gun. Possibly just check that. Nothing else in there. Let's get rid of this. Obviously, the gun would come with an instruction manual and such as well. The Hi-Cap 5.1 classic gas blowback pistol. The gun has a length of 22 centimeters. Weight of 1.02 kilograms. It has an adjustable hop-up. An inner barrel of 93 millimeters. Gun capacity of 30 rounds. It's a full metal magazine. It's a full metal gun. So, the Hi-Capa. Hi-Capas are notoriously good for customization. You tend to find that they have a slot on the top so that you can run a optic. They usually have a rail down the bottom here so that you can run a laser or a torch. You can get the flared part on the bottom here so that it's easier to load your magazines in. As I say, this is the classic version, which means that it is pretty much similar to a normal 1911, but on this one, the grip is a lot wider. And that's because the magazines are bigger. So look at that. You can see from there, and this is because this is a double stack, whereas this is a single stack magazine. This one obviously is CO2, this one's a green gas. Let's get rid of this for the time being. So what you've got on here, this is a 30 round magazine instead of a usual 17 round which you get on a normal 1911. This is currently not loaded and the gun is safe. Okay, let's have a look around this thing. I like it. I mean, that looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? So what we've got here is you've got your beaver tail to the back, which is obviously custom to a 1911. With your second safety, the safety has a bit of a speckling on there. Again, the same on the back of the hand of the pistol grip. Pistol grip is plastic with a checker speckling on there. And then you've got a slight groove on the front just to give it a bit more purchase. The whole of the frame and the body is metal. The trigger is metal and the trigger guard is also metal. You've got on the top here sights. The sights are adaptable, so you've got a screw on the top there, so it gives you adjust to height, and then a screw on the side if you adjust it, which gives you then your windage on there as well. The trigger is metal and it is cut out. Oh, it's because the safety's on. You've got a half cock, which again, even if you do press the safety, will not shoot, and then you've got your full cock on there. The slide has grooves on the side here just for extra purchase. There is no markings on this gun apart from a serial number just coming along the side there. As I say, the hand guard, or sorry, the pistol grip is plastic. I would have thought that the pistol grip would have had markings on these. There seems to be sort of little round circles there. Maybe it would have had something on there, I'm not sure. The gun has the gun has a safety, which is on the side there, and it's ambidextrous, so it's on both sides. Again, really easily to flick up and down with your thumb. You also have your lock back on the slide, which when engaged will lock the slide back like so. You also have your injection port on the top, which is released by pressing your slide. The gun has a 14mm counterclockwise, so that you can adjust or you can put on silencers, scopes, whatever you want to do so. The gun feels really good, actually, I have to say, because it's all metal. It's got quite some weight to it, and of course with this huge magazine it really does put quite a lot in there, but it still feels quite well balanced. It sits very comfortably in the hand. I guess from the from the patterning on the handle, it does make it quite easy to use, and there's quite a lot of space there, so if you're using gloves, you've still got a lot of room inside there for your glove to get into that hole. Very comfortable gun to use. I know as a Hi-Capa they can go for a lot of money. Some of them go for up to £1,000. It's crazy, and I know that you can adjust it with gold slides and stuff like that. But this one looks cool. You do get the part that comes down, or the magazine comes down on the bottom. With normal older versions it's flush, but with the Hi-Capas you tend to find you get this sort of bulge at the bottom there. What do you think? I think it looks amazing. It looks really cool. I did point it to me then, ish, but it is on safe, and it is not loaded. Still, anyway. I think it looks really cool, doesn't it? I like the cutouts on the trigger to make it a little bit more lightweight. I think it looks amazing with that sort of parkerized grey on there as well. Yeah, it's cool. To load the magazine, again, same as you've got a little slide down here with your spring. If you pull this down, you load your BBs into the lips through here, and then to gas up, you put the gas nozzle in there and pull it down. Usually what they recommend is to do this 2 or 3 times, because it then pressurizes the gas, because you don't want it necessarily liquid, you want it to be gas in there as well. It makes it a little bit more effective. It's a metal magazine, looks very durable. I don't know if you get the 2 magazines on them, but still. Slide. It's got a good old click to it. I mean, it feels very nice. It's nice and it's quite a light kind of pullback on there. The trigger, you can hit the wall. There's the wall just there. Reset seems a bit heavy, to be honest. Let's try that again. So there's the wall. Yeah, it's a bit of a long travel on the back on the reset, but it's a 1911. It's a classic. All right, so I guess the thing to do with this one is let's take this outside. Let's go and take it out, have a fire with it, see what it's doing, see what it's like on distance, and then I'll come back and give you my conclusions. The 1911 Hi-Capa. Let's put it through some tests. Let's see how we do. We're going to put this through the chronograph, see how it's coming out again, and then we're going to see if we can do some target practice with it and see how we go. All right, so chrono. Okay, so not so bad. FPS is a little bit lower than I was expecting. What, between 260, got up a reading at 290. You would expect something like this should be shooting around about 300. A little bit disappointed with that, but okay, it shoots. That's the main thing. Let's see how we do with the accuracy test. What I plan to do is put a target down. I'll do a whole magazine on there, and then I'll put some cans on top of the target, and we'll see if we can shoot any of those right afterwards. So here we go. Not too unhappy with that. 3 over here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I say 12 on the board. So half of them missed. Maybe there's a double shot there. I'll have to look back on the replay. You'll see better when you watch it. So what? So about 6 flyers. I did find the hop was a bit too high and it was flying up a bit. So I'll have to just take the gun apart and see why the hop's a bit too full on. But it's okay. I mean, the target, it's not a massive target, but it's not tiny. It's a human size. You definitely can hit people at 30 foot. So after all the success with the target shooting at close range, at 30 foot, 70 foot, I'm going to put a tenner on that I don't actually hit anything here. So, it looks further on the camera, believe me. There is a target down there. Let's see if we can hit anything. So to say I'm not amazingly confident about this is probably an understatement. Here goes. I think it's safe to say that no cans were hurt in making of this video. Obviously one did fall, but I think that was probably just the wind rather than anything else. So yeah, 70 foot. I think when you watch the videos coming back, the BBs were flying off to the side, a little bit low, but they were kind of in the area. Again, why are you going to use a gun like this? It's to shoot people in maybe in an airsoft game. This one doesn't seem the most accurate. It does seem to go a bit all over the place, but it does hit the target or close to it. So if you want to try and shoot someone, then you're probably going to hit them eventually. Hi, welcome back. So we've played with this, we've shot it. The chrono was a little bit disappointing at what, 260. I did test it. It was a bit colder when I fired it, but when I did it a little bit before with a full magazine, it did come up at 290. Now the FPS on there is stated at 310. We were getting 260. Obviously, when we were doing the firing, I was saying it was a bit inaccurate and it was flying off all over the place. What I did do was I took the barrel and changed the internals on there, put in a maple leaf hop up inside, and a brand new barrel and such, which you can see maybe from there. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with length, with the fact that it wasn't quite shooting, it wasn't quite as accurate as I'd wanted to be. But then if you've got a pistol like this and you're using this, say, in game, realistically it's going to be fairly close quarter, isn't it? You're going to be using it because you're pulling it out and you're trying to get someone quite close. Otherwise you're going to use your primary weapon. It's okay. I was a little disappointed with it, but I mean, for the money, and you're looking at sort of around about $120, £110 for a gun like this, it's not bad. It's going to do the job. It's going to get you out of a sticky position if you're close quarter. Yeah, no, it's not bad at all. I like it, and I like the classic look. As I say, I'm into my 1911s anyway, and for that, it's okay. I did find that the sight kind of moved across a little bit more. There's nothing in there. There's no. So I just made that clear. It's safe. There's no magazine in there. I'm going to point it at me. With the sights, they kind of move a little bit more than I expected. They kind of, even when I've screwed them on, it kind of drifts across a little bit. So you can't necessarily rely on the sight that's on here. But then again, if you're using this, you pretty much know how to, where you're aiming anyway, I think. I'm waffling. The 1911 Classic 5.1 Hi-Capa. My first step into Hi-Capas. Do I like it? Yeah. Would I buy one? Yeah, I bought this one. So yes. I like the idea that it's full metal. I like the fact that it's very functional and has a good sort of glide on there, and it feels very smooth. I like the fact that I've got 30 rounds instead of 17, so that I can just feather my trigger and hope that one of the shots goes in because my sight's moved off. It's alright, I like it. Would I buy it? Well, yeah, I told you, I already bought this one. What do you reckon? Would you buy one? Are there better ones out there? And I know when you get into Hi-Capas, there's so many better versions than this. But this is the classic kind of look, and it just gives me more rounds than my normal 1911s. Guys, thank you very much for watching. This has been another video from me and not anyone else. Again, we're doing amazing. The subs keep going up. You guys keep watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for the comments you do. Thank you for the thumbs up. Again, it's people like you that make these videos amazing and make me feel really popular, which is great. I can't thank you enough. It's a small channel and you guys are amazing. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to come back soon with something new. See you soon.